Welcome back to another ASMR video. I sound so American right now, oh my gosh. Welcome back. I dyed my hair again, like I said I would a few videos ago. Do you like guys like it? It's a bit of a mess. I didn't do it perfectly, as you can see, because I did it alone with these nails, and now they're kind of pink. But it's fine, it's still cute. I have a really exciting video for you guys today. I actually am really excited about because I'm going to show you guys my tarot collection. Tarot is one of my biggest hobbies. I have been into tarot since, I think just before COVID, I got my first deck. I actually made my first deck. I wonder where I have that. Let's see if I can find it. I might add it as an addendum at the end of the video. Of my first deck that I ever had that I made. I made my own deck. It is not super good. It was out of paper and I painted the back with watercolor. It's like not super good. I just like I did after a certain stage I decided to just copy kind of what was happening in the Rider-Waite-Smith, and then I went on to just like copy the same symbolism, but in the first, like in a few of them, like the symbolism is not there, so it's kind of hard for me to use some of them because it I'm like, this does not add to the thing. But it was my first thing I ever used because I was pretty young. I was maybe like 12 or 13 or so, and I was like, what if my parents don't want me to do this? So because I was too nervous to ask because I'm Catholic, but my parents don't care. We're not like super Catholic or anything. But my mom was like, she was like, it's fine, like I got a tarot reading when I was younger, like I don't care. And for the record, I just want to talk a little bit about my experience practicing tarot. Tarot, it isn't like an everyday part of my life. I feel like it kind of comes and goes for me, but it is something that I really enjoy. I don't use it personally so much to tell the future. It's not that I don't necessarily believe that it can do that. I just don't find that as like helpful to me. I feel like the way that I love to use tarot is for self-exploration, to figure out what I want to do. It kind of acts as a guide for me, because the way that my brain works, I'm an Aquarius moon. I'm very like, I like to divulge into things. I like to really pick things apart. I love like reading and then like picking apart every line, like every single thing. Like that's just really what I love to do. I study languages because I really like syntax and grammar. Like I really like just picking apart how everything works. So it like tarot is very useful to that. It's kind of open-ended. I think the way that reading tarot for me, it feels like interpreting a book, and the different concepts and things that go into it. But I love tarot because it really does encompass everything, like everything in your life, everything in the human experience can be attributed to a tarot card, which I think is so cool. I think it's a genius setup and design. I think even if you're not a believer in it, I think it is really interesting to go and look into it. And if you don't believe in it, that's fine. It's just the way that I personally use it. And please just hear me out. Give me a chance, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a few of my decks, and I'll show you kind of like what I do with them. Oh, I have, where is my one deck? Oh wait, I know where that is. Hi, I'm back. I found my most used deck. But yeah, so I have a few oracle decks. I have I think I have about equal parts oracle and tarot. Actually, I might have a few more tarot. And I do use most of my decks. Some of them I kind of want to get rid of, but that's fine. And I'm also going to show you a super cool book, and I'm going to explain to you how I use my tarot. So I'll just start from the start with my most used deck, which I keep wrapped up in this little scarf, and that is, I'll show you as it comes undone, suspense. This is the Adventure Time Tarot deck. Oh, bad had vibes there, right out the gate, the tower. Um, so here's my story with this deck. This deck was made by Catherine Hillier. I don't have the box anymore because I got kind of beaten up, so I just ended up throwing it out. But Catherine Hillier, Hillier, I think you can still buy on Etsy. So she had made a good few years ago. She had made like certain. I'll see if I can find any of them. Certain card like Adventure Time tarot card stickers, like this was one of them, and I bought the 7 of them that she had on sale at the time. She had like this one, she had Finn as Justice, oh, it's right there. The Sun as my girl Flame Princess, the Fool as Ice King, and I bought those, and then she ended up releasing a full deck, and she texted me on Etsy, as I'm sure she did to everyone, and she was like, hey, I saw that you bought these before, if you're interested I have a whole deck. And I was like, oh. So I funded it on Kickstarter, and I got it right out the gate. She then later released a guidebook, which I also have, but the guidebook it's kind of more about just like what inspired the art and the design choices. It's not so much about the tarot, if you get what I mean. I hear a lot of people critiquing fandom decks, but I feel like this is unique because Adventure Time is such a like massive, expansive world. Like genuinely, I feel like Adventure Time has so many lessons and so much, like it's so intertextually valuable. I feel like there's so much to say about it, which is why it works in the tarot. Like they have like every single card has the story of like a certain episode or a certain character. Ace of Cups with James Baxter, which is I think a lot of people would agree with. Obviously Ricardo the Heart as the Three of Hearts. What's his name? Nettie as the Six of Coins, which is really like just so good. I feel like it's very easy for me as an Adventure Time fan to look at these cards and like know exactly like the kind of thing that it's trying to emulate. And obviously like now I know what I've been practicing tarot so long that I know every single card, and I know what every single card means. But this just adds an extra layer of depth to it as such a big Adventure Time fan. Like Adventure Time has changed my life, it's saved my life. I'm so excited for Fiona and Cake season 2. I don't understand how people don't like Fiona and Cake. I really like it. I think it's so good. But like I could just tell you, oh, this is one of my favorite cards. I have 2 favorite cards. This is one of my favorite cards. The Four of Wands, generally how I read it, there are different readings, but my 2 most common readings are kind of celebration and homecoming. And obviously this is Mo, Bimo's father, surrounded by a bunch of Mo's, and it's about the episode where Bimo goes to the Mo factory, which is kind of a homecoming and a celebration where he meets his creator, his father, and this card is just really special to me. Four of Wands has always been my favorite card, one of my favorite cards. My 2 favorite cards are the Four of Wands and the Hanged Man. Personally, I read the Hanged Man as a change of perspective, not delays. So this means a lot to me. Also, the Hanged Man in this deck is Fern, which I think is like, there's so many layers to, I could like honestly make a whole thesis about this deck. This is my most commonly used deck. I find that it's super good for the kind of tarot questions that I ask. I ask a lot of questions alongside kind of journaling prompts and that kind of thing. Like I don't ask so much about the future. I ask about things like what should I prioritize this week? Like my thing for a while, which I don't do so much anymore, for about a year, I would pull a card every day in the morning and just be like, what card should I keep in mind for today? And it actually taught me a lot. Every day I had a good thrifting day. I pulled the Three of Wands, which I think is kind of interesting because that doesn't fully have a thing. But I feel like the Three of Wands, on this thing, it's the King of Ooze. So I feel like it kind of, in a way, is kind of a thing. but it's kind of like I'm scrounging at pieces. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain things that held a lot of weight for me. There was one card that always came up that represented me. I feel like people talk about creating a language with their deck specifically, and I've created such a language with this deck. Like, every time that I talk to it, like, it really feels like it's talking back at me. I like tarot as a hobby and as a practice. I like doing weird things with it. I like pulling cards and being like, which two cards would be friends, and which two cards would be best friends, which two cards would be enemies. These two pairs of best friends, what would they think of these two, like, of each other? And I just, like, that kind of thing is so fun to me, and I would recommend that if you're getting into tarot and you want to practice. I don't know, it just fulfills something in me, and I feel like I never hear anybody else talking about tarot and using tarot that way. People use tarot as a self-expansion tool, and obviously I use it as that too, but I feel like it's also a creative tool, and nobody ever talks about that. So, love this deck. Like, I use it so often. This is my most used deck. It's a little bit beaten up around the edges, as you can see. The card quality is pretty good. Like, it's not anything crazy good, but you know, there's nothing too fucked up. I think my 10 of Swords is really fucked up, which is kind of funny, but so that's my most used deck. I think I'll just go through the tarot decks first. Then my second most used deck is the Lost Fairy Tarot. This I also backed on Kickstarter. Kickstarter is one of my favorite places to get decks. I think I have used this in videos before. This is a really nice box, as you can see. And I don't know if you'll be able to, sometimes you can see it and sometimes you can. It, like, is kind of like, it goes out rainbow, but maybe in the sun, and it's kind of cloudy right now. This is a really cute deck, and it's just little fairies, little pixel fairies. I love this kind of art style. I also love how cohesive it is. So, for example, every fire card has this, like, autumnal background. They do tell the stories with the deck. It is a narrative deck, but it isn't super narrative. Like, I wouldn't say it's the number one, like, beginner deck, but it's so pretty. Like, look at this. And there are two unique cards in it called the Dreamland and the Otherworld. I don't know. And when they come up, I actually don't know what to do because I don't have any other decks like that. I have a little bit of trouble using that in the tarot. I kind of use it when they come up as, like, this is the setting of the whole deck. I don't read it as another card. I kind of read it as a setting card of, like, read it through this lens. But I don't know, I'm still kind of struggling with that. That's a little bit hard for me. I've been using this a good bit recently. I feel like the Adventure Time deck is kind of my most used personal deck, and then I'll use this for a bit more, like, larger scale things. Like, the Adventure Time one I'll use for, like, weird exploratory things. This one I will use for kind of more normal spreads, I feel like. But I do really like it, and I like traveling with this one because it's so easy to use. I also use this commonly with other people. I don't use the Adventure Time deck as much with other people because the first time I ever talked to it, I always do a deck introduction, and it said that it didn't really want to work with other people, and I find it harder to have it relate to other people when I have had it read for other people. So, yeah. But there are some really cute little cards in here. The Hanged Man, my favorite. I love this world card. It's so pretty. So pretty. Yeah, I have read for other people a lot with this. I don't have too much to say about it. Like, oh my god, the colors are so beautiful. Like, this background art, this background pixel art. I love pixel art. I wish I was that talented. Like, pixel art is so just magical to me. How can someone make something out of pixels? What? I don't know. So that is the Lost Fairy Tarot. I don't know what the story is with Kickstarter decks, like if you can buy them afterwards. I don't know. I will see if I can link all of the decks in the description, or everything that I'm able to anyway. I try not to buy decks off Amazon or anything. I have before. I think I bought one deck off Amazon, my first ever deck. But it's just something that I prefer not to do personally. So, next up I have the Rebel Hearts Tarot. It is a really cool deck. It's a collage deck. And it comes with its own little guidebook. I don't use this too much. I have used this for tarot study. I've never like fully. I actually have. I'm lying. I've only read like one or two tarot books end to end, but I have been like consuming tarot content and reading tarot for so long that I kind of just know already like the meanings of all the cards. But I use this for study with like I'm reading 78 degrees of wisdom, but I'm very like it takes me so long to get through things like that because I have so many interests and so many hobbies that it kind of just ends up being like a very long affair for me. This cardstock isn't the best in the world and I don't love the backs, but I think that the art is really cool. They're all like humanoid characters kind of with kind of household objects. This one I really like for King of Swords. Like, wow, it's a really beautiful card. Oh my god, I'm like struck. Wow, I don't know if this has ever come up in a reading for me. Nine of Cups. I would like to use this one more. I think it's really cool. I got this in like TK Maxx or something for 15-20 euro. I think it's really pretty. I haven't gotten a chance to fully use it yet, but I have used it a few times. Nine of Cups, just a bunch of like plastic cups. Six of Pentacles, just like a load of objects. Six of Cups with all the teddy bears. I think it's so cute. Three of Swords, and then all this shit happening to this poor heart. Like, Jesus. Honestly, this is like a really beautiful deck, like a really striking deck. Collage decks do call to me. I think this is the only one I have. Oh, I have another Oracle deck, but they do call to me. I think collage art in general calls to me. It really speaks to me. I find it very cool. Four of Cups, look at that self-reflection just staring into the abyss. I feel like I haven't looked at loads of these cards. King of Wands. This Ten of Pentacles I really like. I think it's just like pictures of the author and the artist's family. Just the Ten of Pentacles, which I think is beautiful. Queen of Pentacles, like she's so cool. I also really like the High Priestess for this deck. I think is really beautiful. The High Priestess for this deck I think is really beautiful. It's like kind of a giraffe figure. Let's see if I can find it. It's kind of a giraffe figure in front of like a library, a hidden library kind of. Maybe you can enjoy these ASMR sounds while I scroll on through. Look at that Knight of Pentacles. She reminds me of Eugene from Animal Crossing. Two of Swords, the Mirror Ball. That's so cool. Strength. Oh, this is like beautiful to me. Like, wow. That's incredible. The Tower. This is a really cool Fool as well. A really cool Hanged Man. Like, I don't know, I just think this deck is really cool. I hadn't seen it before I bought it. Oh, a lot of these are in order. I wonder why that is. I feel like this is going to become a long video, so here we are, the High Priestess. I like her, just like the water, but it also kind of reminds me of Inside Out, like the massive memory things. They're like pillars. and she's guarding them, and the water. Oh, I feel like I could do a whole video explaining the tarot, like that. It's just such a big interest to me, like these kind of systems, like just systemic things really interest me. Again, Aquarius moon, any of my fellow Aquarius moons will understand I am a freak. But I really like this deck. Big fan. I should use it more. Like, this is inspiring me. I haven't flipped through all of the cards in a while. And it does have a pretty good guidebook from what I remember. Okay, let's get on to this is kind of a roughed up deck, because this is my first ever proper deck I ever had, and it is very special to me, but I don't use it that much anymore. This deck has been wrecked. Like, I brought it camping one time, and every single card just got, like, soaked, so a bunch of them are damaged. But this is a deck that I love so dearly, and it is the Ricardo Cavallo. Is that his name? It's Tarot del Fuego. It is beautiful, beautiful deck. Like, it's very intense imagery. Again, it's so fucked up now. I'm actually really sad about it. Like, I feel really weird fucking around with it. Maybe I could get a replacement, but this is just such a special deck to me. Like, I would never get rid of this. The Hermit, the Three of Swords. I have used this deck for everything. Like, this is the deck that taught me tarot. I don't have a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I don't really know why. I just haven't ever gotten one. I understand, I think people should at least get a Rider-Waite-Smith inspired deck for their first deck, because this is not exactly inspired by it, and it was a little harder for me to grasp the imagery and stuff, and I think the imagery of the Rider-Waite is kind of integral to the tarot as a whole, and you should know it to get in. Such a cool Ten of Swords. Like, this kind of reminds me of a schoolhouse, like kind of the one in Peppa Pig, and it's on fire, and the volcanoes, like, everything is going wrong. Such a cool King of Swords, like, kind of self-sacrificial. Love this tower. Love this. Oh, I haven't looked through this deck in so long. It's so beautiful. Four of Wands. This is the card that made me fall in love with the Four of Wands. Like, it's just so, there's something about it that's so, I don't know, it means so much to me. Like, just the flowers coming out of the fire. There is a lot of fire imagery, like, all throughout this deck, not just in the wands, which I think can confuse people, and definitely did confuse me a little bit, like, where obviously that's the Two of Wands, but there's, like, suns everywhere, like, this is the knave, or the what's it called, the Page of Swords, and there's fire there. It's so interesting, like, just the way that the art is used. Like, again, there's pentacles and there's fire everywhere, like, that's totally antithetical, right? But I don't know, it just is a beautiful deck to me, and the imagery is a little bit hard to grasp. This is the one that I did get on Amazon, because I got it as a Christmas present. I asked for it for Christmas, and it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. Like, this is the deck that taught me tarot. I feel like I could never let go of it. Like, it really, I'm not crying, sorry, that sounds it sounds like I am, but it is the deck that taught me tarot. Like, I feel like that's, you know, a special place in a girl's heart, so I will never get rid of it, even though I feel like I can't use it as much anymore, which is kind of sad, like, just because of the state of it. I brought it camping and I got whatever, I think I already said that. But it is a really beautiful deck, and I would recommend maybe for more intermediate people. Honestly, to be honest, if you're thinking of starting tarot, I would say just go with whatever calls to you, because I feel like I can read tarot pretty accurately and pretty fine now, and I started out with not great resources, and not great decks for learning. Like, I had my own deck that I slightly based off the Rider-Waite Smith, but that wasn't fully 100% based off it. And I'm fine. Like, I'm good. So, I would recommend. And I just wrap it in. I don't know where I got this piece of fabric. And my friend got this bracelet for me a long time ago. I used to bring this into school and like do readings for people. Like, that was my thing. I remember my year head one time saw me doing readings for people. Like, I've showed a lot of people that tarot is real with this. That's just my experience. I've never really told the future that much. I feel like I just say what's going on in your life right now and how you can best utilize that, which I think is the most useful feature of tarot. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo that later, but I think it's the most useful feature of tarot, and I would recommend. Okay, how many do I have? I have 4 tarot decks left. So this is the second tarot deck I ever bought. This might be off Amazon too, actually. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot. I haven't used this tarot that much at all recently. It's a really beautiful deck. I love these back, like love. It feels really nice, even though it's not like super good quality. Like, it just feels nice and it's nice to hold. These are kind of small decks, but I have kind of small hands. It's hard for me to hold bigger decks, so this is kind of the perfect size for me. I don't mind small decks at all. Small decks never bother me. This is kind of, what's it called, like mass market kind of. This is one of the first decks I ever got, and I struggled with it because it is not a narrative deck. It's very bare bones. Because the Night Before Christmas, I don't know, I just feel like there's not, like, there are some cool things in it, like King of Presents. Also I struggle with it because they don't have the traditional elements, like potions for cups, needles. It's not that tricky, but it's just, I have to do an extra step in my head before I get there. And obviously it's not, the symbolism isn't super crazy. There are some cards that are nice. I love Sally and I love the art style. It's really pretty, but I just struggle with it. I have done readings for my friends with this deck. I haven't used it in a while. It's really pretty. I feel like this would have been the perfect Halloween deck, but I haven't been using it that much. The Fool, and it's my guy, Jack Skellington. I'm not even the biggest Nightmare Before Christmas fan, but I just thought this was a cool deck. I want to figure out what to do with it. If anyone has any ideas, please let me know. I feel like I want to be a bit more experimental with tarot, even though I feel like I already am on the more experimental side of like the tarot world. But I don't know. I really like doing weird, like I want to try like those like written RPGs or whatever. I don't know what they're called, TTRPGs maybe, that you use tarot for, like self-exploration, that kind of thing. That really is my jam. That is my jam. I have one more fandom deck, and everyone's gonna get mad at me for this. I have not seen The Last Unicorn. I just saw this on Vinted, and it was really pretty. This is the one that I just used in my last episode video, the Pinkie Pie one. Like, tell me this is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. It's kind of Art Nouveau. I fear I do need to watch The Last Unicorn because of this. Like, as the chariot, that's beautiful. I don't have much to say on this. I actually have not used this deck before yesterday. So you guys broke it in for me, thank you. Earlier today, you guys broke it in for me. Look at this back. I feel like I spoke so much about my first few decks, and now that I'm onto these, like, I don't have as much to say about them. That's just because I haven't used them so much. But it is a beautiful deck, but it is really small. It is a mass market paperback. I got this on Vinted. I got these 3 decks on Vinted together in a bundle, like from the same person. I'll show you these 2 in a second. And as you can see, they're pretty small. I got them brand new, so no complaining. But I will use them at some stage. Like, I feel like I like to experiment with different decks, like not on the crazy end of the spectrum. I would like to get more Oracle decks. I don't really have that many Oracle decks, but let's go into it. Rustic Fortune Tarot. This one is cool, but also I'm unsure as to if I will be using it that much now that I've taken it out and taken a look at it. But it is a cool deck. So this is, again, I wouldn't say a beginner's deck, but this is a deck using, I don't know if they're genuine, but the like old like advertisements and that kind of thing. I don't love the edges or the back. Old advertisements and that kind of thing. As oh, you didn't see that. As the art, which I do think is kind of cool. I feel like I just need to try it out and see what I could possibly use it for, like experiment with it a little bit. I do struggle with it a bit though, because it's kind of hard to see what card it is. But this is the Lover, like the Lovers, and there's Cupid. I feel like a lot of this is in order, because I haven't even shuffled it up that much. I'd say this is the Chariot. Yeah, this is definitely not a beginner's deck, because it's just showing the numbers, like it's not showing what card it is. It would be cool to experiment with this a little bit though, I feel like. Temperance as an oil change? That's kind of interesting. I feel bad, I'm sorry for any of my viewers who do not know tarot. I'd actually would love to do like a whole ASMR explanation video on tarot, just because that's my interest, but I don't know who would be interested in that, and it would take a lot of work. 2 of Tools, I don't remember what Tools was meant to be. I looked up, see, that's my trouble with this as well, like, I think, it was kind of hard, I don't know, it was just hard for me to figure out which one is which. I feel like I look like that girl in the meme. Whatever. Ace of Pleasures, I'm pretty sure Pleasures is Wands. Tools, Pentacles, maybe. Yeah, Pleasures, King of Pleasures playing. Meals is Pentacles. Okay, Meals is Pentacles. Was Scissors one of them? Okay, there's the Hermit. Why is the Hermit here? Oh yeah, they do have 2 High Priestesses, which I thought was interesting. They have this retro chic girl, and this kind of more, is the word pop art? It's not exactly pop art. It actually isn't at all. Sorry, I completely lied. But this really cool girl, is that like 50s dress? Yeah, there are some like really cool things in here. I just feel like I need to experiment and see what's going on there. I feel like it could be useful. I don't know if, I feel like I would use it more maybe as an add-on in a reading. Like I wouldn't use it as the main deck in a reading. Maybe kind of using it as like a mixture between Oracle and tarot, as opposed to just pure tarot. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that could work maybe. King of Drinks. So Drinks is beverages. So then tools would be swords. I guess that kind of makes sense. I don't know if I agree with that though. But yeah, this is a deck I'm not fully comfortable with. I do just need to experiment with it a bit more though, and then we'll see where we go. Ooh. Blah. Okay, perfect. Rustic Fortune Tarot. Then I have one more tarot deck left, and then we'll get into my oracle. It got sunny. Perfect. It's gonna be hard for me to look now, though. That's really annoying. Wait, okay. I don't know what to do. I got my sunglasses. Oh, I don't have my ears in. I got my sunglasses. What do you think? It's too sunny now. So one more tarot deck to show you. That is my girl, the Tarot of Mermaids, which, again, unfortunately, I have not yet used. I apologize. I got these last 3 decks kind of at the start of the school year, and college is kicking my ass. So this is not like my number one priority right now is not tarot, but this is a really gorgeous deck that I want to use a little bit, like right off the bat. Fucking death. I also I like these edges, and I like this background. It's kind of like tacky to me, which I love. I really who is that woman with the horse cards? I really like horses. I want a horse deck. I don't know what there is to say about that. I'm sorry. Chalice, 7 of Chalices. I like mermaids. These drawings, I'm not joking, every single one of them is beautiful, and I think this one is kind of based off the Rider-Waite-Smith, not completely. There we have the 10 of Chalices again. That's kind of like, they're like loosely based off of the Rider-Waite-Smith, I would say. We'll say nudity, I don't know if I can show that, but really pretty. I haven't had a chance. I really want to use this deck. Like, I just think it's so beautiful. I just don't really fully know what I would use it for. Maybe I would just use it by the sea or something. Again, because I'm just so reliant on my girl, the Adventure Time Tarot deck, like, she's so foolproof to me, but I don't fully know what to do with these decks, and it feels like overconsumption, yes, I know, but I feel like I could do cool things with them, you know? So I'm banning myself from buying more for a while. 2 of Wands, until I can at least figure out what I'm doing with these. 2 of Wands. 5 of Wands. This is a cool 5 of Wands. Yeah, I just want to show you the art. Oh, Knight of Chalices. How is she on a horse? It's interesting. Like, the art is just so beautiful, and the tone is so beautiful. I feel like this would work well for someone doing deity work or something. If you're like worshipping Aphrodite, I personally I'm not into that, but I feel like if this is your thing, like, I would recommend this deck. It's really pretty, and the art, I feel like, the art, like what? It's like so beautiful. I don't even know what to say. I feel so bad that I'm like I have nothing to say about this. I think that there's a larger version of this too. Don't quote me on that though. I feel like I saw that, but I would definitely say it's just so pretty. I can't speak to the quality of the deck or anything because I haven't really used them too much yet. That is the truth. Before we talk about my oracle, I want to talk about this book. which is a tome. It's like 800, 900 pages. And before you ask, no, I have not read everything in it, not even nearly. But I just want to talk a little bit about how I use my tarot and just a cool little method for that in this book. This book is super rare. I think it's out of print now. I got really lucky and I found this in a charity shop for €18, which is pretty cheap for this book, I feel like. Every time I've looked online, it's been way more expensive. So I decided to take it. This book is, it has everything you could ever want to know. Allaying fears and offering theories, choosing your deck. Anatomy of the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, the personal journal, beginner rote learning, keywords. Cyclopedia of card meanings, signifier cards, first operation, interpreting court cards. On shuffling, cutting and drawing, the fundamentals of reading spreads. And I have a fuck ton of spreads. So many. Whoever had this before clearly liked the adjustment card and the shadow card, whatever that means. Consideration of the spread landscape. I found about this from my favorite tarot creator, one of my favorite creators in general, and that is Light Wands. She is on Instagram and TikTok. I don't have Instagram, but I watch her TikToks all the time. She is my gospel. I love her. But what I want to show you from here, and the one thing that I use is, let me see if I can find, oh wait, I always find it at the back. Okay, so there's this really cool thing of cards as affirmations. So let me just say, for example, I have the Five of Cups here as affirmation. It's on page 612. Okay, so I think this is in the section about like using tarot for positivity or something like that, but it turns even negative cards into affirmations and positive things. I think the sun is gone, so I can probably, hello again. Like all cards as an affirmation, like, so I have been using this recently where I pull a card a month or a week or something, or a few cards, and I will pull it explicitly with the purpose of getting the affirmation from this book. So I'll be like, please give me some affirmations. And for example, I got the Three of Swords, which I think is famously not a fun card. And I was like, girl, this cannot be real. Why am I getting this as an affirmation? But the affirmation for the Three of Swords is, yes, I braved a severe storm of the heart, but my scars strengthen, not weaken me. So this turns every card into just a positive spin on it, and I feel like this shows like a whole other level to how you can use tarot and what you can use tarot for, and like the different types of divination that can be done with tarot. I need to dive deep into this book. I would love to talk about experimental tarot like that. This is my niche, holistic tarot. What does holistic mean again? There's always like those holistic shops and stuff. This book, I need to dive deep, but I want to finish 78 Degrees of Wisdom first, because that's really giving me the 78 Degrees of Wisdom. I love learning. I love these systems that I feel like you can dive even deeper and deeper into. So I would highly recommend if that is your jam. I feel like other people have probably spoken more about it, but anyway. Okay, I only have 4 oracle decks, and I actually showed them all in my last video, so let me just show them to you now. This is my first ever oracle deck. It's one of the first decks I ever got. It's the Animal Kin Oracle, and I use this regularly, and that's because every month I pull a card and I'm like, what animal should I take as a guide this month? And it so it's really beautiful deck. There's also a discussion on the guidebook about like spirit animals and the kind of the implications of that on like Native American communities, and as them having like they are the originator of the spirit animal. and how saying like taking on something as your spirit animal could be kind of iffy, but it kind of, I think I use it more as just like the animal, like the spirit idea of an animal, not as spirit animal, but the, you know, the concept of the animal. And I think the guidebook is really good. So I shuffle every month. I think this month I have the eagle, so that isn't in my deck right now. That's out on my desk. But let's just say I'm like, what should I pull this month? And then I take it out, and this is the octopus, intelligence. And then I will sit with it for a minute, and I will read the guidebook entry, and the guidebook is really good. So 51, it's also all split up into elements. So there's earth, there's water, there's fire, and there's the numerology aspect, which I think is really fun. Like the numerology I don't really pay attention to, because that's not my personal, I mean, I've read a book on numerology, but it's not my shit exactly. But I like this because it also has a kin essence. So for the octopus, it is not what you know, but how you choose to use it. And then I'll read through this, and then I'll kind of like look at that every day and just have it as a reminder of what I like, something that it would benefit me to prioritize that month. And this is again how I use tarot and oracle for guidance as opposed to like a future telling thing, and it's just something that helps me personally, and I find that it does always resonate with me. It's always something that is important to me. Maybe this won't work for everyone. Again, like I'm not trying to push tarot on everyone. It's just a fun little hobby for me, and I think also, like, you could say that it's completely just a psychological thing, and you just take what you want from it, and I guess that's kind of what I'm doing. So I like the interpretive aspect, but again, it's not the end of the world. Okay, I need my sunglasses back. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like a wine aunt, a hungover wine aunt. Then I have dragon. Sorry, I forgot what I was looking at for a minute. Dragon oracle cards. I again don't use these as much. Diana Cooper has done other things. I don't know that much about her. I'm very interested in dragons and draconic shit. I don't know if it's like exactly my move, but I'm interested in it as a concept. And I think I've read something that Diana Cooper said about like meeting her own dragon and stuff, like in meditation. And I don't know. Actually, I won't get into that. Again, this is a pretty cool deck. I struggle to use it a little bit because there are some concepts in it, like divine femininity, masculinity, that just don't resonate with me. I just don't, I do not get involved in that. I don't want to get into it. Like, it's just not, it does not resonate with me. But I do think it's really pretty art, and it is, I do like how, like, there are a few words on it. I do like that when oracle decks do that. I think all of my oracle decks have like at least a word on it, and it helps me to kind of, you know, find meaning in it. But I will say sometimes they all kind of sound the same to me. Sometimes I think about just like cutting off the bottom of these and then just putting the dragons on my wall or something, but I don't know. And again, pretty decent guidebook. Like, it has information. Not my favorite deck though. Art wise, love it, so beautiful. But I don't know, I just kind of struggle with it a little bit. And then we have a deck I love, but I wish I used more. This is Moonology. Everyone raves about Moonology for a good reason. I am very into astrology, so this does vibe with me, and I feel like I can use it for multiple purposes because of that. It is good quality. You moon in Virgo, and you time to give rather than take. I would say astrology I'm way more into than tarot. I'm already like pretty into tarot, but astrology is my jam. For real, again, another system that is just so expandable and interpretable, which I love about it. It's like, I just love when things go on forever. Like, there's just a whole world of mastery. I'm obsessed with it. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. That's pretty cardinal. I have some cardinal placements. I hate it here. Your hard work is paying off. The moon in Capricorn. There's some also the art really pretty. I think it's all watercolor. I should do Yasmin Bolan's like Moonology book. I should see what the deal is with that, because it calls to me. It's getting hot now, but I only have one. Unfortunately, my least favorite deck that I own, that I don't think I've ever used, because it just puts a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know what it is. That is the Work Your Light Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell, artwork by Diane Noel. And don't get me wrong, like, the artwork in this is beautiful. The collage art is incredible, but just something about it, like, really rubs me the wrong way. Like, it just, like, does not, I don't know, like, the art is really pretty, but maybe I should give it a chance. But I just, like, every time I have it in my hands, I feel like I just don't like the energy. Priestess, how are you being called up to step and lead? No, wait, postpone, pause, say no, get grounded. Like, there are some good messages in here, but I just feel like for some reason they're not in good faith, or they're just not coming to me in good faith. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I think also this kind of highly gendered approach to spirituality in tarot just does not resonate with me, really. Never has. I kind of disregard anything about femininity or anything like that. Femininity, masculinity, any kind of divinity in that area, it just does not, gender is not real at all, so it doesn't make sense to me. I don't find any wisdom in it. It doesn't do me a service at all. And just, this feels like a deck very heavily based in that kind of thing, and that's why it just doesn't exactly call to me. Like, Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion is something weird to me about, like, associating femininity and beauty all the time. Share your voice, like, yeah, I agree, but I don't know, I just feel like it's a bit too gendered for me. Maybe I could try it out a bit more, but every time I have it in my hands, I'm just, like, really put off by it. So I just think that's the first time I've opened it in years. If you love this deck, let me know. I mean, like, maybe I'm missing out, honestly. Maybe I'm too biased. Maybe I'm just not giving it a chance. Maybe I should. So let me know. Anyway, that is all of my tarot decks. Let me see if I can stack all of them up. Okay, they're already falling over, so maybe not. Okay, maybe I'll have to do the thumbnail later. Thank you. Maybe that was semi-satisfying ASMR sound. I know this was mostly talking, but I feel like rambling ASMR is good vibes too. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my decks. Let me know what your favorite deck is if you are watching and you are a practicer of tarot, of this world. I love tarot. It really speaks to me in a way. I feel like I should have done more tapping. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again later. Bye.